Strategist James Carville and GOP strategist Ralph Reed, founder of the Christian Coalition and president of Century Strategies. James, when you hear Mitt Romney describe himself as having been a severely conservative governor, what do you think?
Well, you know, it's not up to me to think, but I know before that audience, when they think of Obamacare or Romneycare, I don't think it probably went over very over. And I think if Romney is trying to run as the genuine conservative candidate against, say, Rick Santorum, I don't think that's his winning message. I just don't think people are gonna buy that. But you know, he's a little bit of a tight spot here, so he's got to try to make some room. But I don't think this was a smart thing that he did, because it doesn't sound genuine at all.
Ralph, does it sound genuine to you? Do you believe he was a severely conservative governor? Do you think the people in the room believe that?
Well, I think that his advisors felt very strongly, and I think he believes, Anderson, that his entire tenure as governor during the course of this campaign has been buffeted by his opponents, by the media, by critics, and really been boiled down and distilled really solely to the health care plan. And I think he felt, and I think it was a good call, that he needed to let them know he'd cut taxes 19 times, he cut spending $3 billion, he balanced 4 budgets, he left $2 billion in a rainy day fund, and he left a state that he inherited in a fiscal nightmare, left it with one of the best fiscal situations in the country, with unemployment really hovering around 4%, and I think he had every right to make that case.
But Ralph, back in, I think it was 2002 when he was running, I mean, he went out of his way to say he wasn't a partisan Republican, that he wasn't, you know, that basically he was describing himself as anything but severely conservative back then.
Sure. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Anderson. But, you know, look, I've been doing this a long time. James has been doing this a long time. We've both had good friends and clients, in the case of when we've been consultants, who get into office and are radicalized or changed or evolve one way or the other once they get into office. This was an 85% Democratic legislature. He vetoed bills 800 times, and it's very clear that he changed. And while I remain neutral in the race and I'm not advocating anybody for this nomination, I'm going to let the voters decide. I know Mitt Romney, and I believe that evolution that he had was genuine.
James, is it, I mean, obviously, if President Obama is running against Mitt Romney, they're going to be calling him a flip-flopper. But hasn't the president...
Why would they do that?
But hasn't the president himself changed his positions on, for instance, on the super PAC just recently, on whether or not to support a super PAC?
Sure, and people do. You know, and I'm sure that'll come out, and we'll see what he is. It's hard to think of something that Mitt Romney hasn't changed his position on, but he's a very good family man. You can sort of give him credit for that, and he's certainly been loyal to his church. But look, that's something that's going to have to be aired out. Right now, Mitt Romney's big problem is these conservatives just don't much cotton to him. And every time that he turns around, you see this. And then you look at what happened in South Carolina, you look what happened the other night. Look, there's no chance that Santorum or Gingrich are going to be the nominee. We all know that. And but they just don't. This is like it's trying to feed a dog a pill. The dog keeps spitting the pill up. Eventually, they're going to have to take that Romney pill, but they're going to spit it up a few more times before they take it. At least that's my analysis.